following the fiend, waiting for the punchline.
Can you tell me about this mural?
Huh?
Can you tell me about this mural?
Sure. Well, this is the letter L, and I think this is lives, and basically these are all of the sisters and mothers of all the men that passed away. George Floyd's mother, Anthony Baez's mom, other people's
horrible president was moving peaceful protesters out of Lafayette Park so he could have a photo in front of a church, we were known we had to do something in New York, even before the mayor said anything. So, working with the amazing Claire Weiss and her staff, and I'll talk about her in a minute, we did this mural. Participating in a mural that is located in the area of the African Burial Ground in Commons Historic District, in front of artist Lorenzo Pace's Triumph of the Human Spirit Monument, and near the African Burial Ground designed by Rodney Leon, and adjacent to the Thurgood Marshall United States Courthouse, and near the David N. Dinkins Municipal Building is an honor us for all. So many words have been uttered about Black Lives Matter, but of course Black lives have mattered for 400 years. I can't put it better than Marian Anderson, a great American and a great African vocalist. She was banned from singing before an integrated audience at Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C., a venue owned by the Daughters of the American Revolution, because they had a white performers only policy. The furor that ensued resulted in an open-air concert before tens of thousands of Americans at the Lincoln Memorial way back in 1939. That concert was brought to us by the government, and it wouldn't have happened if people in government hadn't swung into action to protest and outrage. As Marian Anderson said, no matter how big a nation is, it is no stronger than its weakest people. And as long as you keep a person down, some part of you has to be down there to hold him down. So it means you cannot soar as you might otherwise. Decades later, we have a lot to do to keep Black Lives Matter a real liberation from oppression and a celebration of those who march toward true justice, as you hear from people here today. We have to build on symbolic acts. In my world, we have to fund public schools. So as Marian Anderson said, the young people can soar. We need equal access to housing and food and health care. And what I feel most strongly about, for goodness sake, fund arts in the schools.
Amen.
So on the eve of this July 4th, it has always been a promise, but there are many more days when we should gather and honor those who have not been honored before. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you for making this a reality. Black Lives Matter. And so without further ado, I want to introduce Hawk Newsom, Black Lives Matter of Greater New York, and his amazing sister, Shavana Newsom.
Yeah.
And we have honored them in the Borough President's office in the past, which you may not know. Not only is he Black Lives Matter, he's also an attorney. Shavana is a financial advisor. They're brilliant, caring individuals, and I'm honored to be part of Black Lives Matter today with them. May I introduce Hawk Newsom.
Thank you, Gale. Truly honored as they give out air hugs. As some of you may know, those of you who are out here with us in these streets, we do not take kindly to politicians. We like real people. Gale Brewer has proven herself to be a real person in pursuit of justice. And that's why we stand here. We are honored to stand here with her today. A lot of people talk about symbolism, but I view this as a tribute. I drew this as a tribute to Eric Gardner, say his name.
Eric Gardner.
To George Floyd, say his name.
George Floyd.
To Deborah Danner, say her name.
Deborah Danner.
To Sandra Bland, say her name.
Sandra Bland.
What this represents to us is a tribute to those who have lost and those who continue to fight. You see us roll up here, we're about 4 or 5 deep. You know why? Because we have people standing over there doing the work for the Elected Civilian Complaint Review Board. We have people in City Hall occupying City Hall. We have people who are really out in the streets. And that's why we reject anything that Mayor de Blasio paints on the streets. Why? Because it's not real. We do not need you to write on the street. We need you to write into legislation something that defunds the NYPD. And to our president, who called me treasonous, in the words of Patrick Henry, give us liberty or give us death. We fight like those who stood before us in pursuit of freedom and justice for all. That's what the symbolism of America is. It is not racists and tyrants and oligarchs controlling the country and allowing the rest of us to suffer, and then assassinating those who have the courage to stand up. These streets, we've marched. We've gone to court for fighting for liberation in these buildings. All we ask for is freedom and liberation. We don't ask for equality, we ask for access. Get that right, access uninterrupted by oppression. I thank each and every one of these artists. I got my man Andre. Let's go. We stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning in the Bronx painting a mural to Malcolm X on his birthday. That's family right here. This is family right here. This is black owned and black produced right here. And if you're doing something for black people, you need to keep it that way. And to our allies, we love you. We love you. We know what the fight is, but you have to educate the others and let them know how real this fight is. And that this is a fight against freedom and not a fight for freedom and not against them. I'll leave you with this. Racists have played a cruel trick on America. They've convinced the public that when we single out racists and police brutality, we are talking about all white people, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And on that note, I say with all due respect, fuck you, Donald Trump.
And I just want to say something that you may know. Their parents met on a march. I met my husband fighting gentrification. Go ahead, Javon.
And those are the guys that seats with me. So this is One car is the mother of Eric Gardner. This is Mike Brown. And I know that because Mike Brown's dad always wore that shirt. This is George Floyd. This is the mother of Romali Graham. They don't hear anymore. They come to the house and get away now. Who's this last person? Who's this last person? Who's the last person?
This is Anthony Baez's wife.
That's Margarita on Rosario's son. No, Iris. Iris Baez.
She's in Florida right now.
Iris Baez is the one that's like the chokehold.
Yeah.
And then Eric Gardner was the chokehold.
Yeah.
And then George Floyd was the chokehold. And God knows how many.
Kuba already mentioned, or to protect our children and grandchildren from harassment or arrest. Our reports when we are victims of crime are not believed or are ignored. We are subject to intimidation and interaction with police. And worst of all, too many of us have lost our children and our grandchildren to police violence.
This been your thing, or you been all over? The bridge is over.
Matthew is with his girlfriend in Connecticut, but he lives in this building. Yeah. She's a David So you stayed? I don't know what the background. Are you still in school here? So you're clearly creative person.